Why free advice is the worst possible advice. I am Justin Hitt with Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips. There are no shortages of books, resources, and materials to teach you copywriting. In fact, people ask all the time, how do I get started in copywriting? How do I write a sales letter? All of these questions are answered today with quality resources that will get you started immediately. This website is not about teaching you how to write copy. Sure, I give you tips and tricks on how to write better copy, how to get more from words that sell. But ultimately, it's about you doing something with the information. And very likely, you've got information from Ted Nicholas, Bob Bly, Dan Kennedy, Lee Milteer's got materials on influence and communications. There's just a library of materials, both current, Frank Betger's, of current and Harry Brown. I'm just looking at my library over here. There are volumes of materials that you can use to get started with copywriting. The real challenge is staying inside of some kind of system that consistently brings you customers and new assignments. Now, again, you can go to Fiverr or one of these freelance boards and you could get some copywriting clients. It's not that hard. Once you have a few, you'll realize that the next question is, how do I level up? How do I increase my revenue from the skill of copywriting? All of this is useful to know that progression. Hey, how do I learn how to write copy? How do I learn to get clients to write copy? How do I learn to get better clients to write copy for? How do I, in a lot of the ad briefings is really about how do I transition from a freelance or an employed copywriter to 5-figure, 6-figure projects. Not just writing a sales letter, but writing a sales letter, the lead pieces, the email series, the whole package. So whether you're an agency or you're a freelancer that works with teams, or you're in a cooperative, you'll be able to get steady, large assignments rather than just kind of, pimping yourself out for $5 deals. The key to understand here, though, is you're not going to get to that level on free information. In fact, there's so much free information that you will overwhelm yourself with free information. It's like the free information sucks you in and you're like, what's the next video? Oh, what's the next launch method? If you want to learn how to launch a product, you go buy Jeff Walker's product launch formula. Then you use it. If you want to learn how to get high-end consulting clients or regular copywriting assignments, you buy Dan Kennedy's magnetic marketing program and you implement it. See, you don't have to go out to 50 different places. Now, it is possible that you don't know who Dan Kennedy is or who Jeff Walker is. It's very possible. That means I failed. I haven't done a good job at marketing you through affiliates, because there's the affiliate opportunity here, by the way. You can follow in the marketplace and find affiliate products that are sold to your customers, and then you can write copy as an affiliate to promote that tangential or that parallel product to that target market while you're establishing your own marketplace value. See, if someone asks you for, hey, let me see the samples you've done, you can say, oh, here, look, I did this for this affiliate program. Here's how many visited the website. Here's how many leads we got. Here's how many sales we made. Here's the next one. You could have a whole portfolio with affiliate marketing and not ever have a client. And you might even make some money. Now, I'm not saying you should be out doing affiliate marketing. I'm just basically saying that there are commission relationships where you can write and sell for somebody else. I wrote a newsletter, sales letters, and marketing pieces for a petroleum company. I was actually an outside salesperson selling fleet fuel. Okay, so that's fuel cards and different types of fuel controls for it's used in logistics, delivery fleets, truck driving. I actually wrote content around that took me from $25,000 a year, doubled my income, had me on track for about $100,000 a year, and then there were some conflicts. Okay, this kind of thing happens, by the way. But what did I get out of it? I got special reports on how to prevent fuel theft. I got special reports on the value of biodiesel. I got paid to write those. Okay, how did I get paid? I got paid by the commissions of my new customers. Now, I can't control that the way they calculated commissions kept changing all the time. But ultimately, I had a skill set I applied. I can now evidence the value of that skill set. And then when things don't work out the way they're supposed to, let's say you get a bad client, the client is slow to pay, you can just get another one. But reading the next book isn't going to do that. Reading the next program isn't going to do that. It's focused application of the resources you have right now through a series of tests that focus on a specific customer. So again, there are plenty of great books on copywriting. In fact, I bought the rights to Patrick Quinn's materials, and I finally got a hold of the books. I had digital copies of some of the materials, and I've got a hold of his other books that were not included in the purchase of the original Ad Briefings Copywriting Tips website. And just Patrick Quinn's materials alone can get somebody in the business of copywriting and keep them steady with clients. The difference is Patrick Quinn's materials tend to be larger clients. They tend to be clients that have a little bit of desire for brand. It tend to be consumer product. So my focus is affluent customers and business to business. His was more consumer, and he also used more of a storytelling method. But it doesn't matter if it's Patrick Quinn or if it's Gary Halbert or if it's Dan Kennedy or it's whatever. You plug in the copywriter. Stick with one. And see, that's why I committed not to try to teach you copywriting. I'm going to show you what these other people are doing because I'm not the greatest copywriter in the world. I'm going to show you the successes that these other copywriters have so that you can start implementing and so you can start focusing and you can start driving forward the outcomes that you're looking for. Again, whether you're receiving free advice or giving free advice, free is not, unless you're checking out a book at the library or something, free is the worst place to be. Now, here's another way to look at it. You've been given advice in the past that in hindsight you should have taken. I have. I've made massive mistakes in business. I've made massive mistakes in just about everything I've done because very often that advice came to me at the wrong time. I wasn't ready for the advice. I wasn't paying attention in a lot of cases. Sometimes I thought I knew everything, but ultimately that same advice comes along later. It clicks. I take action. I got results. The same things probably happen in your own life. You've known deep down inside what is it that you got to do next. Now, maybe you need a kick in the ass. That's why I offer the paid consultations. That's why I do workshops from time to time. That's why I write the training materials that I write, because those materials remind me about what I'm supposed to do. And they've been very helpful for my staff, and they've been very helpful for my subscribers to basically have a starting point. But that plan may not be perfect for you. And the only way to know is to take action on the plan, and then through action on the plan, adjust your direction through a series of tests, through a specific plan of action, and a performance measure, the measuring of outcomes. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I know it feels good to watch that next video. Follow Frank Kearns. Frank Kearns has got some nice videos. And you're on the edge about investing. You don't really know if this is the right one because you know there's another free video right around the corner. But the truth of it is if you had your nose buried in a book, applying what that book had to offer you, you would be already farther along than you're going to get for free. There's all kinds of stuff that I cannot teach because the majority of the subscribers on this list are not ready to receive it. They don't understand the key concepts. Like I have a proposal in front of me for a 7-week mastermind program that I'm going to offer in my local area just so I can record some of these things. And essentially, the person I was talking with was missing these concepts. So for example, defining which customer you can serve. As a copywriter, as a marketer, you have customer profiles, you have avatars, and you write specifically for that buyer, describing the problem and the solution that you're offering, and you're specific about it. He didn't have that concept. He was telling me about his product and asking me what audience he should offer it to. And I'm like, well, who will benefit from it? He's like, everybody's going to benefit from it. Here's another one. Your ability to break down large goals into simple steps. I know you've got dreams and desires and big things are going to happen for you in the future. But what small steps are happening today to take you in that direction? There's also the psychology of application and accountability. How are you holding yourself accountable? See, in ad briefings, I'd rather have a mastermind or a coaching program where we're holding each other accountable, applying the appropriate information. Now, you may not know what's the appropriate information because of where you're at, how close you are to the problem. And so in a mastermind or a consultation, you can share the background, get some ideas, and move towards the outcome that you're looking for through the key that unlocks that direction, which might come from the experience of someone who's been out there and done it before. Okay. Now, if you're watching YouTube videos, a lot of those people have not done crap. Now, YouTube videos are fun and easy, and I feel compelled at times to do podcasts and videos, but ultimately that doesn't pay the bills. Okay. And you could be a guru, just like you could go join the circus. But ultimately, if you don't have the psychology right to focus on the application, then you're just going to struggle along and you'll get used to it. And then eventually, it's going to take a more difficult challenge to break you free from that. What about value creation and community service? A lot of times when I'm talking with entrepreneurs, and I know you're beyond this situation, but an entrepreneur will come to me and they'll say, I want to be rich. I say, great. How much do you make today? And they say, well, doesn't matter what I make today. I'm going to be rich. Well, when are you going to be rich? In the future. What does that mean? Let's back out your future dollars to your current dollars and see if you're even on track. See how that makes sense. If you want to make $1 million a year, that's future value of money. Back that out and see if you're making the present value of that same money today. That's the only way you're going to know if you're on track. And if you're not making that present value of the future money, you need an incremental goal. See, free advice doesn't give you that. Free advice it's just vomiting. It's just thrown out there. Now you can go and get the lifetime knowledge of an individual by just picking up their book. Joe Cosman. Okay? Rennie Graham. Harry Brown. I think I mentioned Harry Brown before. Harvey Mackay. And you might be saying, well, you know what? Those books are out of date. I need current information. Well, again, nothing beats having a customer who has money to spend and a problem to solve, delivering that solution, and then taking action to help them solve it because you've been hired, or to take action to find those individuals who want to hire you. That's the way it works out. Again, I gave you an example in this program. You want to get better at writing copy? Go find the products that the customers in that marketplace are already buying. Okay, because it starts with the customer. Start writing sales materials to sell that product. Now, you want to get paid, so you go find businesses that are selling those products to those customers, and you write sales letters for those individuals. If you want to get paid faster and you want to put your money into it, then you go ahead and use an affiliate program, set up a commission deal, become an independent contractor, get a sales position. I know it sounds like work, folks. I know it sounds like you're going to have to do something, but that's the way it is. And that's what gets you results. That's what takes you to the next level. Now, this 7-week program I put together in a proposal, they're either going to accept it and move forward or they're not. It doesn't matter to me. I got enough deals in the stream already. If they accept it, we're going to put it on the calendar anyway. But here's the important part. Write it down. I want you to write down your goals. I want you to write down your sales target for your business. I want you to write spec work for yourself. Hire yourself as your first client. Now, again, most of you guys already have clients. Guys and gals already have clients. But just pick the person you'd love to have as a client and go ahead and start writing copy for them. Now, you don't have to give it to them, but you can write some spec work for yourself to challenge your abilities and complete a few pieces and then go find a customer for it. You can take their controls. So you've been doing this research about a particular customer. You take their controls, rewrite their controls, and then show up for a pitch. You schedule a meeting and you say, look, I've got a few ideas and concepts about your marketing. Here, it's only going to take 15 minutes. I'm going to show you the work that you're doing right now. I'm going to show you the work that your competitor is doing. And then I'm going to show you what I recommend for you to start increasing sales and profits for your business. I'm an expert, a specialist. I focus on your customer. And that's why I believe I can get you results. Would you like to meet on Monday, or would Tuesday be better for you? That's how it works, folks. That's how it works. You come in there with a couple spec pieces marked up, and you show it to them, you pitch the idea. Now, of course, they can go off to somebody else and give them the same ideas, but you're not leaving them with a presentation. So it's not, they got to do it from memory. But ultimately, you've done something. You've done something, and you can get started right now from where you are. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care what any of your past problems have been. You can start from right now applying what you know from any source to test. But I would recommend you invest in yourself by getting a book, by getting a program, and earnestly focusing on that for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, applying that activity, and you will see what works and what doesn't, and you'll move forward. Now, if you've got a challenge, if you're stuck right now, if you've got obstacles, I can help you break free of those obstacles. I have paid consultations, I have coaching programs, but let's set that aside. The key thing is that you've listened to this podcast, and now you know what's necessary. You know what the differentiating factor is between what you were in the past and what creates who you want to be in the future. And it's starting someplace now. I'm Justin Hitt with Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips, where I help you with the business of copywriting and how to transform words into sales, mostly doing it for your customers. But again, it's building up a copywriting business, a marketing agency, or some kind of business development firm. I want to make sure that you get results. So listen to this program multiple times. In fact, I've got a whole bunch of podcasts and videos and audio on Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips. And in fact, I get kind of bored publishing that kind of stuff. So it's only a fraction of the total set of materials I have. So that's why you want to visit www.adbriefings.co.uk and visit the contact page and just go ahead and write in with your questions, and I'll try to do my best to answer your questions. But ultimately, results comes from action. I'm Justin Hitt with Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips. Thanks for listening.